Board meeting for Tuesday, March the 3rd, 2020. Call to order. Roll call, Ms. Jenkins. You can join the meeting too, board members, if you have not done so already.
I joined.
Ms. Richards? Present. Mr. Tover?
Here.
Ms. Abrams?
Here.
Mr. Westmoreland?
Present.
Mr. Duncan?
Here.
Mr. Bush?
Here.
Mr. Moore?
Here.
Ms. Simmons?
Here.
Mr. Mingus?
Present.
All right, thank you. And I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Sandra Bailey Simmons, who has our opening program.
Tonight, we're very privileged to have LaRondra High School performing and opening up our program. And I'd like to call on the principal, Dr. Cabanita, to come forth and announce the various ones that will be involved in the program tonight.
Thank you so much. To start our program this evening, we're going to be honored with the presentation of our LaRondra High School JROTC Color Guard members, led by Sergeant Bradford. We'll also have the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Miss Carrie Benitez, Queen Carrie Benitez.
Mark time, march. Left turn, march. Color guard, halt. Present colors.
Would you please join me in reciting the pledge? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order colors. Right turn, march. Forward, march. Left.
Thank you so much, LaRondra High School Color Guard. I'd like to announce the members of the Color Guard that we had today. Senior Cadet Caleb Kreutzer, Cadet Ethan Howell, Cadet Shaylin Shepard, Cadet Braden Ross, and Cadet Rita Wagner. We'll now have a presentation by the LaRondra High School Brass Quartet.
Like domino.
Thank you so much. I would love to announce our quintet student members: Kevin Sarrow, Gregory Perrette, Brianna Achman, James Butler, and Sonny Calderera, led by Mr. Shelley. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Thank you, Ms. Caminito. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all for participating. Thank you, Ms. Simmons. Item D, consider approval of board minutes from February the 18th, 2020.
I'll make that motion.
I'll
Motion
second.
made by Ms. Simmons, seconded by Mr. Westmoreland.
Online voting is now open. Online voting is now closed. Motion passes.
All right. If there's no objections from the board, I'd like to move item 8, public input. We do have one public input tonight from Judge Beth Wolf. I know her schedule is crazy busy right now, and if I would like to move that up, give her 5 minutes to address the board. Judge Wolf?
Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for being here.
Thank you all for the opportunity to be here. I am Judge Beth Wolf, and I serve as a district judge here. Most of you know who I am, but for those who don't know me, I appreciate the opportunity to share some of my career with you and to share about an election coming up on April 4th, 2020. I serve as a district judge here in Tangipahoa, Livingston, and St. Helena parishes, and have served for 15 years. Prior to that, I served as an assistant district attorney for 15 years, and I had a vast array of cases from simple misdemeanors to first-degree murder. As a judge, I also consider cases from traffic court through first-degree murder. In addition, I volunteer for drug court, where I've seen one of the most horrific things to affect our nation and our communities, the addiction to drugs and alcohol. And what drug court does and what I've done, instead of putting people in prison for addictions and for problems like that, we have a way to keep them out of prison, keep them on probation, give them a chance to have random drug tests, meetings, education, and tools to help them deal with this. And that's been a very enriching part of my job. In addition, I have had a number of civil jury trials where people have been hurt or injured. My very first year, I had a 3-week civil jury trial in Livingston where Mr. Moody was with me for 3 weeks with a jury, and it was a very interesting case. I've had a number of those, and so I have a well-rounded base for the criminal justice system as well as the civil justice system. Again, telling you today and introducing myself today to those of you who don't know me about an election coming up for the First Circuit Court of Appeals. Early voting is March 21st through 28th, so it's right around the corner. And the election itself is April 4th, 2020. The parishes we have are Livingston, Tangipahoa, St. Helena, Washington, St. Tammany, and East and West Feliciana. 7 parishes. I tell you, I put over 4,000 miles on my car since January, going and visiting all the people in these parishes, getting to meet them. My momentum's going well. Things are going well. I'm really excited about it. And I appreciate the opportunity for you all to be here and have me here. I tell a lot of people in my job as a judge, one thing I do is police officers come to my house for me to sign warrants for arrests or for searches and seizures. One time, my 6-year-old grandson was at the house when the police drove up. He ran in and said, Mama Beth, the cops are here. And I said, well, that's okay, baby. They're here to see me. And he said, what did you do? I said, I didn't do anything. I'm helping them put the bad guys away. So, again, I feel like I've given faithful service to the state of Louisiana for the past 15 years, and I would ask for your vote and support. And again, thank you all for your time and the opportunity to be here. Take care. God bless.
Thank you, Judge Wolf. Item 2A, we have two very special students that are very special queens, and I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Robin Abrams and let her introduce both of them, and I'm going to help her. Take your flowers. I'll put it up here.
For those of you that don't know, I work for an organization, a nonprofit organization called TARC, which service children and adults with special needs. 6 years ago, we implemented a pageant system for little girls with special needs all the way up to age 40, and we call it Very Special Miss Louisiana. It gives young girls and young ladies an opportunity to be on a pageant stage and feel special just like they are. My daughter did pageants all of her life, and the bond that her and I had as mother and daughter doing pageants in the pageant system was just an amazing experience for me. I had a friend that had a little girl with Down syndrome, and I wanted her to be able to experience that same opportunity that I did with my daughter. So we came up with this idea, and 6 years ago, and has gone strong. This past year, we had over 55 contestants in our pageant, and 2 of those contestants that won, we have different age divisions from baby all the way up to 40. 2 of those contestants that won this year were from Tangipahoa Parish in our school systems. So I wanted to recognize those 2 individuals today. They come from all over the state of Louisiana. We put billboards up everywhere. As you can see, Juju's already getting excited because she knows I'm fixing to call her name. But we have billboards all over the state of Louisiana. We have people come from Shreveport. We have them come from Houma, Lake Charles. We have queens from all different areas of Louisiana. But we're happy to have 2 from right here in Tangipahoa Parish. So with that being said, I'd like to call out Miss Maddie Watts and Miss Juliana Prescott. Juliana was our 4 to 5-year-old winner, and she attends Chesbro Elementary. And Miss Maddie Watson attends LaRonja Junior High. So these are 2 of our very special Miss Louisianas. And I know Maddie's going to want to say something because she had to say something at the pageant. So I'm going to give her an opportunity. Just really short, okay? Really short. Okay, right here.
Mama, I want to thank you for being out here and coming and supporting me, and I love you more than anything in the whole entire world. I could never ask for a better mother like you.
Look, this is for you too, Maddie.
Oh my gosh, I love this.
From Mr. Tom. And Juju, that's for you. Juliana, look at Mr. Tom's got for you. Come here, Maddie, let's take a picture. If you know a little girl with special needs that would like to enjoy this opportunity, I would tell you it is something you will never forget. Please have them contact TARC because we would love to have them in our pageant next year, the 3rd weekend in January.
You need to do a commercial for it tomorrow.
I'm going to do that too.
While they're doing it. I thought she was going to.
Okay.
Tom,
I'm going to do this thing right now.
Okay, go ahead.
While we're on the subject, tomorrow begins the TARC Radiothon, and at 8 o'clock in the morning, the Baileys will be on the radio, on air, with Johnny in the morning, and we will be raising money for TARC. And if you want to call in live and give a donation, it's 419-0965. 419-0965. But turn into your Hammond radio station and give your offering tomorrow. Now, we've already collected some, but we need a whole lot more. So tomorrow begins the TARC Radiothon. Thank you.
I think you're trying to take my job, huh?
What's that?
I said, you two will take over my job eventually one day.
That was priceless. Congratulations, Juju and Maddie.
Yeah.
We're proud of y'all. Ms.
Thank you,
Simmons?
Miss Sandra.
Jake Bailey. Item 2B, recognize Enos Jake Bailey Above and Beyond Award. Ms. Simmons? I'll come down.
I'd like to call up John Eady. He's the School Resource Officer at the Tangipahoa Parish Alternative Solutions School, and Mr. Teran Perry, who is the principal there. So if you would please come up. I'd like to present you with the Enos F. Jake Bailey Above and Beyond Award that we give in memory of my late husband, Jake Bailey, who began this way back when he was here. When people go above and beyond their normal call of duty, and for what I've heard about you, you definitely do that. And Mr. Teran will tell us about it. Here's your certificate, plus you get a $15 gift certificate to Chili's Restaurant. All right.
Thank you, Ms. Bailey Simmons, and thank you to the board and to the superintendent. There's so much that I can say about Sergeant John Eady. Officer Eady, we not only appreciate Officer Eady for what he, for engaging in his normal duties as an SRO, but what we appreciate so much about him is how far well above and beyond he actually goes for the students and the staff at the alternative school. You know, Sergeant Eady is the kind of guy that he identifies a problem or a need as it relates to children. He problem solves, and then he actually goes out and secures the resources to address the issue. And a recent example of this was just seen when he saw where our campus sometimes, you know, just I guess where we live in Louisiana, sometimes it just floods crazy in the area that we're in when it rains. So he came to me and he said that he noticed that where it floods most is where the kids like to hang out most of the time. So what he did was he went and he secured a partnership with DSLD Homes. And, you know, he secured that partnership, and through that, they're addressing that issue free of cost through a community service project. And it's for things that are for those kinds of things, we're just so grateful as a staff and a student body for Sergeant Eady. And one of the things, even more so, that we appreciate most about him is the way that he talks and deals with our children. You know, he listens to them. He sits down with them and he motivates them. He encourages them to do better. And there have been numerous times that I've seen him, you know, behind the scenes talking to our kids, engaging in conversation, getting them to reflect on their shortcomings. And, you know, I just know that plays a huge impact in us keeping so many kids in school. So for that and for so much more, Officer Eady, on behalf of the student body, the staff, and the whole school community, I'd just like to say thank you for going so far well above and beyond the call of duty. All right?
Do we have any individuals or family members of honoree tonight that's here that, would you raise your hand? Anybody? Okay. Anybody from the alternative school here? Miss Rosa? Yeah, in the back.
Thank you very much. Item C, recognize the You Be the Chemist winners. Ms. Husser, the mic is yours.
That might be dangerous to tell me that. Good evening.
Good evening.
I have the honor of working with STEM in our district and the You Be the Chemist Challenge. This challenge has existed in our district since 2012, and I hope it does for many more years to come. The You Be the Chemist Challenge is an academic contest that encourages students in grades 5 through 8 to explore chemistry concepts. Southeastern Louisiana University sponsors the challenge, and the Department of Chemistry and Physics does a phenomenal job of helping us with resources in their time. The You Be the Chemist Challenge assists students in identifying who possesses the potential to excel in STEM education. Our district has 6,144 students in grades 5 through 8. Of those 6,144 students, 304 students were chosen to participate in the You Be the Chemist Challenge at Southeastern. Of those students, 72 students participated in the Quiz Bowl. And we had a few changes this year. The exam was given at school to determine who those 72 students were. So they not only had to be good, but then they had to be even better and do well on that exam that was given at school, an extra exam at school. And due to the national organization, we had to have 2 challenges within one this year. So we had a green and a gold challenge. Those students came to Southeastern, and we have 24 tonight who placed first, second, or third in the green or gold challenge. So those 24 students receiving the awards tonight are the top 0.4% of those 6,144 students. And I am very excited and proud to say that both of our first place teams, which is 8 of these students, will be able to compete at the state level in developing a video that will be judged by the national organization. It is such an honor to recognize these children for this accomplishment, while looking forward for each one of them to continue to excel in STEM education. Before I present their awards tonight, I would like to recognize their parents and the school personnel who have helped them achieve this one milestone in their school career. Oh, I'm sorry. And family, according to Ms. Stilley. So all of you that are here tonight, family of the You Be the Chemist winners and school sponsors, will you please stand so we can give you a round of applause? Thank you. Additionally, I would like to personally thank Ms. Stilley, Mr. Jinko, Dr. Hurst, Ms. Fastel, and Ms. Lanier, and the board for continuing to support STEM education and the You Be the Chemist Challenge. So I've talked enough. Are you guys ready to get your awards? Okay. So when I call your name,
Which one's yours? Thanks.
would you please come up, and Ms. Stilley is going to give you your medal, and Mr. Jinko is going to give you your certificate.
That's your baby?
And then stay standing up here so we can get a nice picture.
Okay.
Okay. Third place team from Kentwood High School,
And how's
Sanaya Baptiste, Marcus Brown,
you related to everybody?
Michaela Dyson, and Mackenzie Dyson. And our other third place team from Hammond Eastside Magnet School, Anaya Griffin, Candace Lanier, Claranisha Morris, and Nathaniel Sanchez. Okay, Miss Stilly, would you get a picture with them? Yeah. Our second place teams from LaRondra Middle School, Kaylin Artis, Lorelai Gotro, Terrence Johnson, and Angel Willis. Our other second place team from SLU Lab School, Christina Lee, Gracie McGee, Olivia McGee, and Ella Thompson. And our first place teams from Jules Sumner Middle School, Jonah Blades, Connor Forrest, Joan Pan, and Jaden Rohner. And our other first place team from Ponchatoula Junior High School, Jaden Desport, Aiden Dixon, Carson Frazier. And Isaac Phillips. Thank you again. I'm so very proud of the students. And before you leave, we want to meet outside for one big group picture, okay?
Thank you, Ms. Husser. Thank you, Ms. Husser. As most of you know, March begins the kickoff of our festival season here in Tangipahoa Parish. To start that off, we have the Crew of Aaron, which parades Saturday at 10:30 in Ponchatoula. And tonight we have with us two very special ladies participating with the Crew of Aaron. We have the Queen, the talented and beautiful Miss Carrie Benitez, senior at Laranja. And we also have the Grand Marshal, the talented and beautiful Miss Melissa Stilley. Thank you for coming, Carrie.
Thank you. Hi. Established in 1985, the Crew of Aaron is a Celtic cultural organization celebrating not only the North Shore's Irish heritage, but also promoting our community and bringing tourism into Tangipahoa Parish. On February 16th, I was honored to be crowned as the 36th Queen of Aaron, and I feel so lucky to serve beside the 2020 Grand Marshal, our Tangipahoa Parish School Systems, Melissa Stilley, and the Crew of Aaron Royal Court is made up of school children from 3 different parishes. However, the lion's share are from Tangipahoa Parish. 11 girls and 1 squire are here within our Tangipahoa Parish schools, and as Mr. Toller said, what makes our court extraordinary is that each member was selected based off of their artistic, creative writing, and critical thinking skills. Each was asked to complete the modern-day influence of the Irish on our communities, and this year's winning entries included artwork, included essays, and also included illustrated stories. They were all really wonderful and a great representation of our schools today. Of course, the reason why I wanted to talk to you tonight is to invite you to our big parade through downtown Ponchatoula this Saturday, March 7th at 10:30 a.m. We will be handing out traditional St. Patrick's Day fare like cabbage, potatoes, and carrots. It will be a great event for your entire family, and I can't wait to see you all there. Thank you again for letting me share this information with you, and I wish the best of luck to each of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. Congratulations to both of you. All right, academic update, item 3A.
Mr. Toller, you might want to recognize her parents that came to support her.
Absolutely. I don't know who they might be. I see one of them. I see both of them out here.
Ken and
Miss
Cindy
Cindy and
Benitez.
Ken Benitez, congratulations. I know y'all are proud. All right, item 3A, Ms. Carmen Brabham is going to give us an update on the early childhood centers.
Good evening. I'm here on behalf of the Tangipahoa Early Childhood Community Network, and I'm here to recognize some centers and sites for scoring on their performance profiles for the class tool for the state of Louisiana. These scores are based on class, as I said, and they're on a range from 1 to 7. So these sites have scored, they've increased their scores. So we have several different areas. We observe infant, toddler, and pre-K in this network. And we have directors here tonight to receive their certificates. We have one excellent site in Tangipahoa Parish, and that is in Lucille Neeson. And to get an excellent score, they have to score 6 or better on this class tool. So we have tonight here with us Miss Chelsea Ezel and Miss Heather Calanoto, and they're here to come receive their award for, what's over here, sorry. We have a banner for them for their school, and we have a certificate. This says they have an excellence honor roll, so they're the only excellent site in Tangipahoa Parish. And we also have a banner for their school. These are based on the scores from last school year, so Miss Shaft, and Miss Calanoto are working hard on their scores for this year with our student achievement, with our pre-K babies and teens. So here's their banner to display at their school. They have an excellent honor roll for the state of Louisiana because they scored a 6 or better on the class 2. So very proud. Oh, okay, Dr. Austin is here. This is their principal, Dr. Austin, so we're very thankful for her as well. Yes, please.
Oh. I would just like to say I am so blessed to have these two young ladies at my school. Of course, Miss Chelsea will be our Teacher of the Year this year because she does an awesome job with our students. Ms. Catalanato, she came in hitting the ground running. I just cannot speak their praises enough. So I am so blessed to have you all, and we want to keep on keeping our scores on up. Thank you, guys.
Along with the school system, we also have, our network is comprised of early childhood, which is child care centers, Head Start, and public schools. So there are more components to what these awards go to. So our second award goes to Top Gain sites. And to be a Top Gain site, these sites had to improve by 1 point or better on the class tool. So we had 2 sites in Tangipahoa that achieved this honor. And that's Shan Scholar Toddlers here in Amite. Miss Shantae Buchanan is the director. Pretty good. So we're presenting her certificate, and she also has a banner to display at her center saying she's a Top Gain site in our network. And we had one other Top Gain site, and that was Explore and Learn Early Learning Center in Hammond. And Ms. Devonda Warren is the director there. And here is Ms. Darnell Whittington. They're the directors there. So here are representatives from Explore and Learn. They also have a certificate and a banner for their site for being Top Gain. Our final category is honor roll, for birth to 3 honor roll. And sites are awarded this by providing high quality instruction for birth to 3-year-old students. So we're very proud of these centers for providing our students with the highest quality of instruction. And first we have CAPCA Migrant Head Start here in Amite, and Ms. Victoria Sanchez is the director. We have Eagle Christian Academy in Hammond, and Ms. LaTanya Jackson is the director. Explore and Learn was also an honor roll for birth to 3 years old. And you can just stand up here. They're Top Gains and an honor roll site. So we're very proud of them. We have Just Kidding Around in Hammond. Ms. Sylvia Harper and Mitch Harper are the directors there.
It's cold in here. It's cold. I guess so.
We have Kids Haven Childcare and Robert, and Ms. Nadine Rockefort is the director there. We have Kids World Daycare and Early Learning Center in Hammond, and we have Ms. Donna Peterson, who's the director. Living Way Instruction Zone in Hammond, Ms. Rhonda George is the director. I'd like to recognize Montessori and Me in Ponchatoula and Montessori and Me 2 in Hammond. The directors could not be here tonight, but they were very thankful for their award as well. And Pumpkin Patch Academy in Hammond is Miss Pam Tucker, and she could not be here tonight either. But our final honor roll goes to Southeastern SLU Head Start Child Development Center. It's one of our Head Start sites, and we're very proud of that site. And Ms. Dawn Harris is the director, and Dr. Spring is the executive director of our Head Start. So all of these ladies work hard to provide quality instruction to our youngest babies, 0 birth to 3 years old. So hats off to them and as they continue to grow with our students.
Was yours? She said to make sure your head was between your shoulders. Mine normally is, eh? Unless you're decapitated. Sometimes it's in the clouds.
Is it okay?
Yes, absolutely.
I asked Carmen if it was okay for me to say something. I'm Susan Spring. I'm Executive Director for the Regina Celli Child Development Center, and we operate the Head Start programs. And so I need to make sure that you know, some of you especially who are new, what it means that since 2015, the school system, the child care centers, and Head Start have all now been working together. We all meet the same guidelines, and we work with 6 programs because we're in all 5 parishes plus Bogalusa. And so what I need you to know is that Tangipahoa Parish is probably the easiest parish for us to work with. It is truly a team effort. Of course, I started with Carrie Wickham, and Carmen has done an absolutely excellent job to carry on her leadership and to carry on that sense of teamwork and the recognition that you saw tonight, especially for our child care centers, is very, very important for the education of our young children in Tangipahoa Parish. So I wanted to make sure that somebody said thank you to this leader that we have. So congratulations and thank you, Carmen.
Thank you. Ms. Brabham, thank you again for what you do. All right, consider committee reports. 4A, need to approve the financial committee minutes
Move to
from
adopt.
February 18th. Move to adopt by
Second.
Mr. Duncan,
Second.
seconded by Ms. Dominguez. Any questions, comments? All right, ready?
Voting is now open.
Come down.
Ms. Richards? Yes. Online voting is closed. Motion passes.
Okay, just a minute, I would like to introduce Mr. Steve Nosaka. It's close. Mr. Steve was approved in our Finance Committee to help us with our Phase 1 with our bonding, so we're glad to work with you on that. Look forward to working with you as a board. Okay. Superintendent's report.
Yes, I have a few updates. First, I would like to make sure we recognize tonight that we have our Ponchatoula High School girls that traveled to Lake Charles, and they're actually playing right now, I believe. We want to wish them well tonight, and also safe travels back home tonight especially, or tomorrow, and many of the fans that have gone to watch them play. We also have...
17 at halftime, we were winning.
What is it?
2017 at halftime, we're winning.
Great. Halftime. We're winning. Ponchatoula High School boys and our Amite High School boys are playing at home tonight. We also wish them well as well in this round of playoffs. I want to mention about the Strawberry Festival, which is the first weekend in August. It will begin in April. April 3rd, it will begin on April the 3rd on a Friday, and it will be that first weekend in April. We are dismissing school a half a day, as we did last year for the festival, due to the congestion and the traffic in Ponchatoula and the challenge that our buses have and carpooling getting our children home safely. And we will make sure we let the Strawberry Board know that we will be doing that again this year.
Thank you.
I wanted to update the board and the public on the plans for the potential risk of the coronavirus for our school district. I think we're all aware of that potential threat out there every time you turn on the TV or read the newspaper or talk to someone, especially on social media. You see a lot of postings about this. And just to be clear, we do not have any cases of the coronavirus here in Tangipahoa Parish, nor in the state of Louisiana. But we have met our team, multi-departments, from the custodial maintenance to the nursing department. I see our head nurse, Ms. Verna, here. We met and discussed our plans. And our plan is to treat this like it really is like flu-like symptoms, those similar to the flu. And we want to be proactive in our approach, but also have plans in case we were to have some individuals diagnosed with this in the future. Our supervisor of our custodial staff, I was actually at O.W. Dillon today, and they're out delivering additional cleaning supplies for our schools to wipe down surfaces, doorknobs, common use areas in the school. She actually was doing a little in-service with the custodial team while I was there, and also the principal. So that's happening in all of our schools. She's not just sending the supplies, but she's going there and face-to-face talking to individuals and answering any questions they may have. Mr. Schneidelbach told me tonight that we're ordering about $21,000 worth of additional cleaning, disinfectant things that we can utilize in our schools as a proactive, preventative measure, not just for the coronavirus, but for anything this time of year. And so we'll continue to supply that. We have prepared an email and sent that out to all employees. Also specific guidance to our school building level principals. We have also posted some information on our Facebook page, on social media. So our approach is to be more proactive in trying to reduce the germs at the school level and the virus that could spread. But also we are prepared if we were to have an incident at a school that we have some exposure to the virus. We are prepared with more extreme measures to be able to clean the school so that we can, have the safety of our students at heart. We are staying in close contact with Mr. Dawson Primes right here in Tangipahoa Parish, as well as state officials. I know Ms. Varna Thompson has also been in touch with the state officials as well in terms of this, and we will continue to be vigilant and really talking to our students, especially the importance of hand washing, and then our staff in wiping down surfaces that are used and touched a lot by individuals in the schools is one of the best ways that we can prevent the spread of any virus or any germs that could, cause an infection. And we also have, and Mr. Duncan just mentioned staying home, that if you're having flu-like symptoms, that you should stay home until you're clear of those symptoms. And we have a letter that we sent out to the principals that we can give parents if their child has flu-like symptoms, just to let them know that it is okay if they have flu-like symptoms to keep them at home, and that it is excused. So we have those letters that are not excluding them from school, but just saying, hey, look, it's okay, it will be an excused absence if your child is having these flu-like symptoms, and the same for our employees. So we want to, if you have those symptoms, to stay secure at home so that we're not spreading those virus germs, and et cetera, to other people. And we'll continue to keep you posted as if we have any updates or any additional things that we want to share. And the last thing I want to mention is that we will open up April the 1st the online opportunities for our parents and our families to apply for transfer options like magnet school transfers, diversity transfers. That will open up on April the 1st. And it will run through June the 1st. I encourage parents and families to apply online because it does timestamp your application, and you know that your application is in possession at the school district. But if you want to do the paper, hard copy application process, you can pick up an application at any of our schools for a transfer. And then you can turn it in at the school, and they will scan it and email it into the registration office. But I always prefer the online. There's less room for human error by doing it online, and it's, to me, the best way to get your applications in. So I just wanted to mention that as a reminder to the public and the board. I don't have anything else.
All right, thank you. Hey, board comments, starting with Ms. Abrams.
You're going to start with me? Okay. I would like to say, Ms. Benitez, Ms. Carey did say this is the start of festival season. We have a lot going on. The Sicilian Festival does have their spaghetti cook-off this Saturday. And then next weekend, the 13th, 14th, and 15th, is the Sicilian Heritage Festival, the very first festival of the season. So we hope everybody's had cabin fever, that they'll come out and enjoy themselves. Also, Talk Radiothon is tomorrow. Miss Sandra is our first celebrity. We're only doing Talk Radiothon one day this year, so if your celebrity hasn't hit you up for donation, it's because they're not on the radio this year, but that does not mean you can't send in a donation on somebody else's time slot or just mail it in. So if you could just support TARC. We're doing pulled pork dinners tomorrow at the Day Hab at the radio station, and there's one other spot that we're being able to pick up, but I'm a loss for right now. But at the TARC Day Hab and at the radio station, it's supposed to storm tomorrow, so we do have a drive-through if you want to come underneath the pavilion at the TARC Day Hab to pick up your lunches.
Okay. Ms. Richards?
I just like to say that, Ms. Abrams, it just really touched my heart for the TARC babies, and that just, I was just so overwhelmed, I was almost crying because they were just so excited. So I would like to be a part and advertise that. And,
We would love to have you, and that's something why I love my job so much.
Yes, that was good. And Mr. Duncan said that I must be related to everyone. But I was so proud of the young chemist because I had 2 nieces, and the other 3 were cousins from Kentwood that were young chemists. Yes. That's it.
Mr. Duncan? Ms. Simmons?
Yes, a couple of things. To reiterate the TARC for tomorrow, and that the number is 419-0965 if you wanted to call in and make a pledge. And we would really appreciate it. So I'll be on the air with Johnny at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I used to be from 8 to 9, but Ms. Robbins says they cut me back to 15 minutes.
Nope, you get 30. You get
Huh?
from 8:15 to
8:15.
8:45.
Oh, that's right, but they said be there at 8, so
Yeah,
8:15.
yeah, 8:15, you'll actually be on the air. You get 30 minutes.
All right, and board members, most of them have already given me some money, but if you pledge, you could give it to me tonight, or if not, you'll get a card in the mail, you can mail it in. Next thing is, we have a couple of celebrities from our school system that have been in the paper. This article was way back in January, but Kay Jenkins of Laranger, who graduated from Hammond High, I think just last year, he has won the Forged in Fire award, $10,000 for school, but I mean, from the History Channel, and we actually got to see him on the History Channel, and he did an amazing job. His dad, Jimmy Jenkins, is a blacksmith in our area, which in Tickfall. He made a blade that was 14 inches long, and anyway, just amazing student. And we have another celebrity from Martha Vineyard Elementary, and I cannot pronounce his name, and it's not too bad because our lawyer here couldn't pronounce it either, but I will spell it. It's Krzyszytof is his first name. The last name is Meyn. Would that be mine?
Mine.
Meyn. Anyway, he's 11 years old from Ponchatoula, and he's going to be in the movies. What he did at the school, they put posters out, and he replied to a flyer at the school when he was in first or second grade, and now he's in, I think, he's 11, so maybe fourth grade. Or fifth, probably, one of the two. But anyway, he's going to be in a movie. It's a Peter Pan story, and he's going to be Thomas in a movie called The Lost Boy. So we really have a great little celebrity here from Ponchatoula. So we're really proud of him, and maybe one time we could bring him to the board meeting so you could meet him. And that's it.
You also have Rose and I from Ponchatoula. We're celebrities too.
That's right. You sure are. That's all you got to say?
That's all you got, Mr. Bush?
Okay. Okay, well, I thought he was going to say it, but I was going to say it anyway. Saturday, along with and after the Crew of Erin Parade, which was at 10:30, our Ponchatoula football boosters and our group do the Injured Player Reserve Gumbo Cook-Off. So all that's going on. The money goes, this is the 13th annual. And actually, we started this when I was on the PTA board, as our first fundraiser was a donkey softball game. I don't know if you remember that, Randy. But so now it's the Gumbo Cook-Off, and the money goes into Injured Player Reserve. It's a worthwhile activity, and it's $8. All you can eat gumbo. You can taste everybody's gumbo. Just come out and support our Ponchatoula community this weekend, and see Miss Stilly in the parade.
Mr. Westmoreland?
I'm good tonight.
Mr. Moore?
I just want to continue to encourage, and I know I can't say this enough, but compassion among our teachers. I'm seeing a cloud of disparity and hopelessness starting to slowly lift. And so I want to encourage the teachers to continue. We've got a lot to deal with, and it's probably, those problems are probably never going to completely go away, but I do appreciate the efforts. Thank you.
Absolutely. Then, one thing I just want to say, congratulate the Queens again. If you get a chance to ever go to that pageant, you will cry, you will laugh, you will smile, you will become a better person when you leave there, I promise you. So if you can participate, please do. Also want to encourage the board members to, as you're going through and you're talking to your principals, identify those students that need to be recognized, the ones that are stepping out and doing a little bit extra for Student of the Month. It's a good way for us to interact with the principals and a good way for us to recognize those that are achieving in our schools. So if you need any help on that, or just let me or Miss Sandra know, and we'll be glad to work you.
I just wanted to add something to that. Now, this child may not have ever had made the honor roll or been recognized in any other way. He could, or she could have, but we're trying to recognize kids that just put their best foot forward and they're leaders in their school, whether or not they make the honor roll or they're A students or not. These are kids that may not normally be recognized, and that's why we set this up.
Absolutely. And last but not least, I also want to thank the staff, the administration. It's amazing. In this position, you get a lot of phone calls from different things, and I always have my go-to people to call. And I appreciate the fact that Ms. Stilley lets me bug her staff as much as I do, and I always get good responses and I get quick answers. So I want to compliment them on what they do and for putting up with me. So, especially when I ask the same question 3 or 4 times in 1 week, Dr. Hurst and Mr. Jinko. Anything else? Do I hear a motion that we go into executive session then?
Move that we,
I second.
Go into, I gotta read them.
Oh,
Move that we go into executive session to consider the case of Dantzler versus Tangipahoa Parish School Board and Anderson versus Tangipahoa Parish School.
here a second?
Second.
Second.
Channel 17, proudly serving the Florida parishes.
Did a great job with our students going out there. As you could as we realized, students are able to drive more interest than adults. It was amazing how when they went through the drive-through, all we had to tell them was support Independence Magnet School, and part of the proceeds were going to our school, to our PBIS program. So we're still waiting on the amount of money that we're going to receive from that, but just the opportunity of giving the children the opportunity to engage in the community, engage with the teachers and administration was a life learning skill. So also on that day, what I envision, the biggest thing is we want to engage, equip, and empower. And so on that day, we don't want to just eat breakfast. We want the children to get to know the male figure, and hopefully vision-wise, we're able to create some form of mentorship with the children that we can get some buy-in. I know we won't be able to get all those guys to be able to do that because of their time constraint, but if we have some men that will capture their heart, that they'll have a heart for these young men, and also the compassion to want to deal with these young men, then that's what we're going to reach for. So my goal is, I've spoken with Ms. Collier, our children at the Independence High School, they have carpentry and they have welding. And so I want them to come out, and we want to do like some stations. So while one group is eating, we want to have them do like an all about me, where they're able to talk with each other and dialogue, and we'll create some questions where they'll be able to talk to each other. And then in the gym, because we won't be able to accommodate 175 people in the gym, in the cafeteria. So what we thought about doing was creating stations in the gym where, like I was saying, we'll have Independence High School carpentry and welding and Independence High School athletic coaches come in. With the coaches, we'll have them talking about being a student athlete, not about playing the game, but the importance of academics, the importance of having an ACT and test score, and then hopefully that'll drive in the next couple of weeks, we'll start talking about the importance of our LEAP tests. So hopefully they'll be able to get that connection of why testing is so important. So if we're able to have partnerships going down the road, we want to teach our children more about how important it is of test taking and how test taking strategies are important. But if we got all these students that really love football, which we know our parish is really good at that, if they can really understand the importance of testing, then they'll perform better on our LEAP tests. So that's kind of a little overall and a little elevator pitch that I just wanted to present to you all, just to kind of make you all aware and informed of what we're trying to do. And hopefully I'll begin back with Chick-fil-A on tomorrow so we can solidify it. And then we have our Black History program on Friday, if anyone is available to come. That's going to be at 9 o'clock. And we're going to make that pitch to the people in the community on that day about March the 20th. And I'm going to challenge those men to come and support our children. So I'm sorry I went over time.
I had a question.
Yes.
I missed it. So the date of your event is March the 20th?
Yes.
And then if we have anybody that wants to volunteer to serve as a mentor, who do they contact? How do they connect with somebody?
As of right now, they can contact me personally. My number is 985-974-7429, and that's Tyrone Williams. But I am getting a committee together for that too.
They could also go through the school too?
So, yes, sir. Definitely call the school.
And Tyrone, you're also on Facebook, aren't you?
I'm on Instagram.
Instagram, okay.
Yes, sir, as they call the gram.
The gram.
I haven't done Facebook. I'm really not social media. I don't do much social media.
I do MySpace.
You do MySpace?
I'm just, if there's
No, thank you for
ways
asking
that
that
people
question.
to-
Yes, because we definitely want to go through the newspaper. We want to utilize social media. We do have a social media page now.
Well, just
So-
some people like to reach out
Yes.
to you via
Right.
some sort of social media.
Yes, sir, and
so-
I plan on going to some local churches, reaching out to some of them, the Kiwanis Club, South, with my history with working at Southeastern with their athletic department, the vice president, some of those people that I'm friends with, I'm going to reach out to them too. So I just kind of want to get everything nailed down, so I'm kind of asking some soft commitments right now. But I know for sure we're going to have it. We're going to have the breakfast. It's just, it breaks my heart when we go do the event and those boys are sitting in the classroom for whatever reason.
Nobody's with them.
Yeah, and
Well,
they don't
thank you
have
very
it.
much, Mr.
Thank
Williams.
you.
We appreciate you coming tonight. Anything else we brought for the board? Hearing nothing else, meeting adjourned.